I'm here making this video because this individual, he's a Christian, and I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in the Bible. As far as a religion, I don't believe in the Bible as far as there's things I don't agree with. But I do agree that it is a flat earth book. The only thing I back up with the Bible is that it is a flat earth book. And if you are a Christian, there is no reason for you to defend the spherical earth. But this individual here, he does this all the time. He protects this. Again, he's always ending his videos with, or in beginning the video with, heavens declare the glory of God. This is very interesting that Russian Vids did a video on him. I got interested in him through that, and I've been posting videos debunking this individual, and he just came out with this flat earth video. So I'm going to put it on, and I'm just going to argue with what he's saying.
Those who have followed my work over the years know that I use very large telescopes to observe and take photos of space. Astronomy was the passion that fueled my journey to where I am today. Well, recently several people have approached me about the possibility of the flat Earth. Basically, they say that they believe the Earth is like a pancake with all of the continents and the oceans resting on top of the pancake. Now, that immediately sounds way out there, but I'm willing to take an educated look at anything, regardless of how implausible it might sound. So let's take a look from a flat Earth perspective and see if this is even possible. Proponents of the flat Earth say that the sun moves in circles around the top of the flat Earth, so that in the course of 24 hours it's hovering over some point of the top of the Earth. After all, somewhere on Earth it's always daylight, as you can easily make a call to any country and discover. So if this is the case, then during a lunar eclipse there's a spherical shape that covers the moon. If the Earth is not a sphere, but merely a flat disk, then the only way the sun could cast a round shadow on the moon would be if the sun was positioned on the opposite side of the flat disk. However, if the entire world is spread out over the top side of the flat disk, and during a lunar eclipse in the States, you can call, say, Israel, and they'll tell you that the sun is straight overhead, then the sun cannot be behind the disk throwing a shadow. Therefore, up to multiple times a year, any person on Earth can visually observe and prove that the Earth cannot.
This guy's so Christian, so scientific, combining both, but he doesn't believe in evolution. He's going to say that later on. He's going to say that the individual who's in charge of the Flat Earth Society is an evolutionist, and that already gives him a strike. But the thing is, this Christian right here, he picks and chooses what he likes in science. If science lies one time with that of evolution, wouldn't you think everything else is a lie? Now, he's trying to say, no, they lie about some things, other things they do not. This guy's so scientific. Right here, the Earth is going clockwise, which is not scientific. He doesn't got his details right or his science right. So you can't take someone serious when they can't even get what they're saying right. I'm just going to continue with the video.
Now, the president of the Flat Earth Society is a self-proclaimed evolutionist. Okay, so if you know me, you already know that's one strike against him in my book. The only explanation is to say that the moon is a luminous body, like its own sun, or like a light bulb, and that another unknown invisible.
It's funny because in his book, the Holy Bible, the moon is described as just being that, a self-illuminating object. He just said what the moon would be if, in detailing an eclipse, in his biblical sense. But he doesn't believe that. He believes that It's just a rock in the sky. He believes in the scientific model of it being a reflector of the sunlight.
Visible moon that only becomes visible during eclipses comes in between the Earth and the moon and blocks out the light from the moon. Also interesting to note, if the Earth is a sphere, isn't it interesting that calculations would tell us that the sun is...
So another thing that how science has lied to us, and he's lying to us. Jeranism pointed this out in a video. This is how they hypnotize you. Like these people are wizards. They're magicians. These people, they draw something on a piece of paper, or they make a computer graphics and they put it on a TV screen, and you're supposed to believe it. Here, they guide your direction of view. This is what they're saying, that the rays come here and it makes the moon eclipse here, the shadow. Wouldn't it be rays? Why do the rays go this way? Shouldn't they continue going forward and there'll be light over here? Light goes on forever. But according to this, it doesn't. Because they're trying to lead us to look at that. But they tell us light just keeps going, but it's not in this diagram.
Whenever a total eclipse happens. This is also something that we can check. Pretend that the Earth is a sphere. Look at a globe. Pick the area.
Pretend that the Earth is a sphere. Yes, you got it. That's what we've been doing all this time. We've been pretending it is a sphere because you told us to pretend it was. So it's just funny that you just said that. I'll put it again because it's very funny.
Whenever a total happens. This is also something that we can check. Pretend that the Earth is a sphere. Look and pick it where you'll see the eclipse. Call someone in that country when you start to see the eclipse and ask them if it's direct. This is something that anyone can actually check out without traveling to space. The Hindu people have a legend that a demon with a decapitated head tries to swallow the moon during an eclipse, but the moon just slides down his side of his head, reappearing. So you can believe in a Hindu demon as the result of a lunar eclipse on a flat Earth, or you can use the intelligence and observational ability the God of the Bible has given you to clearly see that the sun is appearing behind the Earth, causing a shadow to be cast on the moon. Again, when I approached about this, the first troubling issue was that even though the people who approached me were Bible believers, the fellow at the heart of the Flat Earth Society said he's an evolutionist. That was my first warning sign that an evolutionist was trying to infiltrate the Bible-believing creationists and cause derision between them. Basically, red herring within the creation movement. Next, I realized that this is not a Christian issue. Bible believers...
He just said that this is not a Christian issue. This person should be fired from the ministry. No one should ever listen to this person ever again. For the fact, if you go to right here, firmament, in biblical cosmology, the firmament is the structure above the atmosphere conceived as a vast solid dome. Okay, so basically, there's a dome, and it's biblical that the dome goes over a flat earth. And you could look here, biblical use, the history, biblical Hebrew, Rakia. He just said it's not a Christian issue.
History had mentioned that the Earth was flat. Those in the time of Columbus didn't think they would fall off the edge of the Earth. That's a myth. In fact, the only groups to perpetuate the idea of flat Earth were select pagans. Now, the reason I say only select pagans is because even the ancient Greeks, with all of their gods and myths, didn't really fall for the idea. Is this something we should seriously be debating, or merely a rabbit trail designed to keep us preoccupied on non-issues? Replay this video and think about the model of the lunar eclipse. Without evoking a magical invisible planet or a demon's head, can we seriously entertain flat? I'm David Reeves. Truly, heavens declare the glory of God.
Truly, the heavens declare the glory of God. Um, Firmament, right here. Just go check this out and go through all of its links. Um, and you're going to see that this is right here. The Flammarion engraving depicts a traveler who arrives at the edge of the flat earth and sticks his head through the firmament. It's very Christian, very Christian. He said, this is not a Christian matter. Again, I only point this out because he's just a puppet. He's a Christian. Christians should believe in a flat earth. I don't know what year it was that they decided to go scientific and believe the astronauts went to the moon, that they went through the firmament, but yet they don't believe in evolution. It makes no sense. Again, I'm not a Christian, but I have to address this because as a Christian, you should believe in the biblical cosmology of the firmament. And he's here like, no. And I just don't like the way that he's so scientific. He got telescopes. He's got all this. He's scientific when he chooses to. And then if he disagrees with science, he's like, oh, no, well, the Bible says. So I don't know. Well, I do know. This guy's just a hypocrite, just a liar, and not someone that I would like to ever see in my life. So thank you for watching.